And actually, Sandra Day will be leading off that. That's cool. And then October 20th, we have Peppermint at 7 p.m. And you can actually register for that with a link, and space are limited. So it's something to keep an eye on. And so, yeah, that's it. Thanks, everybody, and welcome back.
Did you need a break? Okay. Talk about some heavy hard stuff. So the thing about conflict, right? Talk about racism, anti-racism. What does it mean to be an ally, a conflict focused? What does that have to do with conflict? Right? It's all conflict. Right? So, how many of you have been in conflict with someone else? I said I'm a younger citizen. Right? Right? So the thing to know about conflict is, it's not always a bad thing. Right? I'd say conflict is symbolic of care, either about the person you're in conflict with, or the subject matter of the conflict. Right? Something with care. Because if you didn't care, why are you in conflict? If you didn't care, why are you in conflict? Right? So the way I like to think about conflict, something to think about before conflict is who we are, empaths, how we view and resolve conflict. Right? Who we are. Like, start us off thinking about who are you? Who are you? Right? That impacts how we view and resolve conflict, right? Because one thing, and the three things that I'm thinking about is stereotypes. Right? What stereotypes about our identity are coming into play? Right? Like I say, for me personally, if I'm in conflict, I was thinking about like, what does it mean for me to get angry? Right? Am I fulfilling a stereotype? Right? What? Right? So I want stereotypes for myself. Also think about perception that we may have, right, when it comes to conflict. So perception not only put on us, but our perception of another person. Right? And how are we socialized? Right? All this kind of comes back to what was. So, how many of you as kids were told to talk out your conflict? Okay. How many of you were, as kids, were told if someone hits you, hit them back? Right? That was big. If someone hits you, hit them back. Right? It's a little side of mother. Mother did that. But she used to say, if any of us, even my story, got us right at school, the one thing we couldn't do was start it. We could not start. We could finish it. Right? If we started, we got in trouble. If we finished it, we didn't get in trouble. Right? So think about how are we socialized to think about conflict, right? And what emotions are we allowed to have based on our identity or perceived identity in a conflict, right? All of this comes into play. I have 5 nephews between the ages of 3 and 17. Well, the oldest will be 17 tomorrow. And I have a niece who is 2 weeks old. 2 weeks old. First niece, and I'm super excited. Right? Who is 2 weeks old, and I think about just how my siblings socialize. My nephews. It's always sports, action movies, action figures, lots of violence, right? What does that tell them about conflict? Right? Out of a little blackboard, what are they learning about conflict? Right? Some of the things they're watching. Right? When I think about conflict, there are underneath all of that is a need that has not been met, or a value that is being challenged. Right? Underneath all of that is a need that has not been met, or a value that has been met. And that's the hardest part to figure out. Not only what your own need is, what is the need of the person or group I'm in conflict with? What is the value of the person or the group I'm in conflict with? Right? The whole value is very close to our core, who we are. Right? I also understand values can change over time. Right? I think about as I said, family can be a challenge to have difficult conversations with, especially when they hold some very ideology and values. So when you go to have conversations like, all right, how do I get you to feed my values, right? To honor my values, honor my needs, right? And that often happens through conversation, hopefully, right? Hopefully it happens through conversation. But there are things you need to also consider of how we want to continue to interact moving forward, right? Do I value this relationship, right? Because that can be an impact on conflict. So 3 layers, right? As I said, crash course, 115. Right? You have 3 layers of conflict. Here are 5 common strategies for conflict resolution. 5 common strategies for conflict. I will say, each strategy has a time and a place, right? Every single one has a time and a place. And depending on the situation, some may be more effective than others, right? You have to consider yourself on that. So the first one is avoidance, right? To avoid or withdraw from a conflict. How many of you all have avoided a conflict? Right? As expected. Competition. One person is right, the other person is wrong. How many of you have been in this situation? Especially with my siblings. They clearly know I'm the favorite. Right? Compromise. Right? Both parties give up something to reach a solution, but neither is truly happy with the outcome. Right? Does not compromise. Accommodation, one party gives in to the other party's wishes. Right? Yep. Depending on who it is in my life, I'll accommodate and go that. Right? Collaboration, both parties work together to co-create a solution where everyone is happy with the solution. How many of you have collaborated on the solution? Great. I don't know, compromise a little more. Popular. Well, we're going to compromise on something. Whereas truly collaborating means we're going to somewhat grasp what both of us initially thought, and let's just create something new. Alright, what's truly going to work for both of us when we're happy? Right? And that's a good goal to have. But that won't work for every conflict. Right? Collaboration may not be the best solution for a racist uncle, right? I'm going to collaborate on a solution. That's the best one, right? Over Thanksgiving dinner or holiday dinner, not the best time or place for that. Right? Avoidance, right? Though it may seem like you shouldn't avoid conflict. If you were in a headspace where it's like, I can't deal with this right now, avoidance is okay. Right? Each one has their own place and will be effective in that time. Alright, so we're going to practice this weekly. Right? With a little case study. Alright? And I'll have you communicate amongst yourselves and we'll try to figure this out. So, have a lead. Right, no problem. Jamie is excited for prom, but is also upset because they were not fast. Darian tells Jamie to get over it because everyone knows they have a bad attitude and don't get along with it around here. Right? Right? Does that hit a little home? Sometimes I need to check your brain. It's like, right? So, in a smaller-ish group, I want you to think about what is the topic, right? What are the feelings or possible feelings that may be coming up? useful, like, look. Take that. I will be your director. Right? What about Darius?
Oh, yeah, Mary, I was gonna say, like, what do you think? So, like, some kind of, like, resentment or, like, built up, like, a desire for revenge.
Yeah.
Resentment, maybe, something boiling over.
Yeah, we kind of talked about like the time frame that you're workshopping with each class, and like if we get interrupted by this, and maybe Mary's like, you're doing the thing, can we get back to the thing?
Wow. You got finished. What does it mean?
We're talking about values.
Yeah, values need.
The value is going between, I think, Darian has a certain set of values about behavior and attitude in a directorial process that Jane might not necessarily understand as much values there. I think also being part of the group to feel validated and who feels
I'm going to ask a question of you, people members. Jamie, what makes you think Jamie is a family that type of person? I think because what are the gender universal names anyone could have? Also, it was like the name Frost, the name of car Frost.
I guess it's validation too, like, the fact that Ross was out there and does role in the first place, I think also calls for a need of validation and, like, need of, like, hey, friends, can you be happy for me, and this thing that I'm also very happy about?
So, what I want you to do, thank you all, thanks everyone. What I want you all to do, next time you're in conflict, try and think about these three letters, right? For yourself, especially if you are in conflict. What are your needs, right? And see, don't ever resolve conflict while your feelings are super duper high. That won't help resolve the conflict. That will stop, like, I just need you to not be feeling so much right now. Right? Just take a moment to breathe. Right? Breathe down. Okay? That might be a little down, so that can move back over two. Right? Breathe down. Right? My childhood. So think about, so take a moment to breathe as we're walking out. We're gonna shift a little bit, right? As I said, fast forward. So thinking about conflict and what does it mean to be a bystander within the conflict, right? And a lot of times we talk about bystanders, intervention, and sexual and personal violence aspects, right? It's usually all the time, right? This if you're already a job in bystander intervention, right? That's like a job in bystander intervention. So let's start here. Bystander effect. Right? How many of you have heard that term, the bystander effect? Good, many of you, right? So, from the how today, bystander effect occurs when the presence of others discourages an individual from intervening in an emergency situation against a bully, or an assault, or a crime, right? The greater the number of bystanders, the less likely it is for any one of them to provide help to the person in distress. People are more likely to take action in a crisis when there are few and no other way. Right? I want to be a scene like someone fall, right? Like every bunch of people have seen the person fall, but no one goes out the person. Right? Like, oh, because it's thought of, oh, someone else will do it. Right? Someone else will help this person. The same shot you have, someone else gonna do it. Everybody else is thinking the same thing. Right? So when I ask this question of how might our identity impact the perception of when we use it, right? How might who we are impact the perception of when we use it? Who wants to try that? Yeah, that's
Oh, I was gonna say, it's like a bunch of people on mental health, but what they're doing is like, I'm gonna look at this person and be like, you booster, help me.
yeah.
They won't.
Good tactic in the next slide. I appreciate we're on the same wavelength. Right? How many are identities intact? The perception of one unique identity. Yeah, ready? Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Just like, something that's happening to me that are similar to you, and so it's something
Mm. Yeah. How and when you make it. Yeah.
kind of the opposite of that, like, it was something that had happened to me before, and you know how it feels to not be able to.
Mm. Yeah. All good answers. Right? We also, so my note here, right, is that we have to think about not only our own identities, right, but also what are the identities of the other person, right? That will shape when we know how to. Right? I won't have time to show it, but there's a show, so like mid-2000s, oh, What Would You Do?
Yeah.
On the show, What Would You Do? Right? Great examples of blind parent intervention, and you'd be like, all right, what do you do? And how identity also comes into play in that show. So, great examples, who we are. But, moving forward, don't think about this. Who we are, and when and how we're moving. So here's the how. So, 4Ds, right? 4Ds, right? And this little arrow starts with up close, along, distant, others. Really means that what is the most safe option for this situation, right? So direct, right? Direct. Be direct, say something, right? You are direct, doing a direct action, right, in this situation. You are directly addressing the harm of that. That would fall in the close up alone, right? If you're doing it, right? Distract, right? That's often what it takes, and then up close. So with others, when you're asking someone else to accompany you in doing that, right? So that might be, all right, asking if a person's in a situation, right? Say something is happening, right? Or harmful is happening, right? Doing something to distract them, right? If you're at a party, then they're like, oh, I'm gonna bust out my best dance move at this moment, right? To distract everyone, right? For that. Distract you paired with another one a little bit later, right? But with distractions, you're giving the person who may be experiencing or about to experience harm an opportunity out, right, of the situation that is especially harm, right? often sometimes doesn't stop the harm, right? A delay doesn't stop the harm. But it's an intervention that you do because it's that follow-up, right? The delay intervention. Hey, I recognize X, Y, Z thing happening. Right? I want to check on you. How do I help you promote healing, right? After harm has happened. Or, how can I delay the timeline of the harm that may be occurring, right? That's still up, right? Maybe following up and you getting us connected with resources, right? Someone's experiencing racism. I will investigate. I'm okay to do that, right? So let's talk about the 4Ds. I also want to talk about something that's very prevalent here, is thinking about what is the difference between calling someone out versus calling someone in. I will say each has their place, but they have two different impacts, right? To call someone out, right? Keeping with our theme of racism, calling someone out as racist, right? Can and does, right? Shift focus, right? Because the focus then becomes not about the action that has occurred, right? Or actions that have occurred. So it becomes about the person, right? Because the person is going to be like, I'm not a racist, right? I've never been racist in my life. And a lot of times I've heard, my best friend is black. I'm like, you done lost me. No, right? So it becomes about the person, right? And the naming of the it, right? Then about the actual actions that were perpetrated on, right? That's call out. Call in, my favorite call in phrase, right? To get people to trip up on stuff. Tell me more. You done did something, tell me more. I want to know. Right? Because I want to make it thought, I want to know the thought process. If I know the thought process, I can then have conversation, hopefully shift the thought process. Shifting thought process and hopefully shift action. Right? My job is to plant seeds. Those that interact with me have heard me say, my job is to plant seeds. Knowing who I am and how I exist. Right? Not everyone is going to hear me. Not everyone's going to listen to me simply because of who I am. However, I'm going to plant seeds and hope that others around that individual are watering that seed. I may never see the full-grown plant, right, with beautiful flowers and the really juicy fruit, right? I may never see that, but I'm planting the seed. And if I'm not planting the seed, hopefully I'm watering someone else's seed. Right? That's how to be my job. That's how to be my life. Right? So we want all of us in this space, we're in this together, to really focus on calling in. Right? Because when you call in, that's how you create change. Calling out, you put up walls. Right? The person you're calling out is going to get defensive and disregard anything else you have to say. Call in. Right? That's good calling and action. If you want to know more about how to do that, I'll offer workshops on how to have difficult conversations. To do that, how to have conversations, how to get over some of the barriers to conversation. Right? We're not going to have chances to go through the video, but I do want to kind of wrap up and say who we are impacts everything we do. Right? How you share, here's who I am, impacts everything I do. Right? But it's not only who you are, and how you see yourself, it's also how others see you. Right? So it impacts everything we do. So how I see myself, may not always see how others see it. Right? So, will you let that, who you are, and how others see you, be a barrier? and belong. Right? It takes all of them. And it takes a little thing. Right? It's not going to be the big, Granny, I ended racism with this one session. Because I did not end racism with this one session. Right? What are the continued things that are going to happen? What are the continued things that we're going to do? And my last question for you is, what will you do?